Hello everyone, this is Merfolk, and I am bringing to you a progress update on my 3.17 Flameblast League starter Elementalist. Now, this character has been going pretty well so far. Unfortunately, I had a late league start, and so I am only currently about level 77, doing a tier 5 maps really comfortably, because I just haven't seen anything beyond that drop. And I wanted to show you an update, see how the build had changed and progressed from my last video. So before I get into the nitty-gritty POB, which I will also share in the comments down below, I want to just show off a map clear here. So let me jump into this one. There we go. This is just a Kirak tier 5 that I had bought off of him. Here we can just see it's 20% Delirious, had some Reflect, like a pretty decent map, at least for where my build is so far. But I'll start here. Just wanted to show that map there. And as we go into this map, I actually open a strong box and immediately freeze myself and get killed. So really showing off the strengths right out the gate. That's why it's important to have a freeze flask, which I unfortunately do not yet, and I probably will after this. So I have a nice little death here. Perfect. We'll just jump forward a little bit until we get back into the map here. But some changes that I've made. So Flameblast turned out to have some issues with clearing when it came to just getting swarmed. In this case, like Delirium. There's a nice Exalted Orb there. That was my first one of the league, believe it or not, the second I tried to record a video. But when it came to Flameblast, I had some issues with clearing once I got to maps. Now with leveling, I actually did just kind of grit my teeth a little bit and level with a Flameblast. You can see Delirium boss there. If you caught it, he is just dead to Val Flameblast immediately. So I did have some Flameblast leveling on. I got lucky with a Tabula drop in Act 2. And that really carried the Flameblast damage all throughout the story mode. But the second I hit maps, I really was struggling, and so I switched to Wave of Conviction. We picked up what I'll go over the gear here in a second, but a Martyr of Innocence, as well as with the Tabula running Wave of Conviction on a 4-link, and it just does such a better job at clearing, because it's just that, that instant damage as opposed to waiting for Flameblast to rank up or to level up in stages. But just clearing out here. So we saw that Delirium boss. We can kind of see it deals pretty well with mobs. We are just running over to the boss here so that you can see a little bit more of the single target. The map clear is pretty good, at least as far as I'm concerned for where my gear is at right now, which I'll go over here in a second. And let's find the boss. And there he is, that Val Flameblast, just immediate deletion. So really good numbers so far that I've been seeing. I've been really happy with the build. I had somebody ask in my comments whether I would still recommend leveling with this build. I'm gonna have to say no, unfortunately, on that one. I really wanted to level Flameblast, and so I kind of forced it with the character. I really enjoyed it, as far as just like leveling with a skill that I had not leveled with in close to a decade since PoE came out. But there really are better skills when it comes to leveling with and having skills where your damage, you don't have to wait for it necessarily. So you can see starting an Arch Nemesis here, trying to save those Val Flameblast for that. I will say I'm keeping with Flameblast for my single target, but Wave of Conviction will be my map clear when all is said and done. But the Val Flameblast has proven to, with the changes, have proven to just be super great for single target. I've been really enjoying that. Getting some nice big ignites, as well as if you really like visual effects on your screen, Val Flameblast is a great option. It just litters your screen with, I have the Celestial MTX on, and it just goes absolutely ham. So let's see one last mob here. See if I can find at the end our last one. Here we go. just to see after a 4 stack as they get a little bit tankier. So I actually mess up and stagger my Flameblast there and miss my channel, but then you can see I have that Ignite Prolif and it still just takes them out. So pretty good. Okay, let me pause my video here. Let's go into see some tree progression. So to show off my gear really quick, I really am not doing too much. I picked up a Martyr of Innocence. I paid 15C for this on Monday morning here. I'm in the US, so 2.5 days, 3 days into the league. I found a Pyre ring, which the burning damage is 80%, is really hard to get rid of, so I haven't gotten rid of that one yet. And then I recently just upgraded to Legacy of Fury boots. Now these are absolutely not necessary. The clear was totally fine without them before. I picked these up because I found a cheap pair for sale, only like 10 or maybe 12C I think is what I paid. And for map clear, they just increase your clear, giving enemies scorched, giving 30% chance to have enemies explode. It's really, really nice. The downside here, you do have to play very aggressive. You're flame dashing into mobs after you throw your Wave of Conviction in order to apply the scorched. But as long as you know that the mobs that you're fighting are able to die within a second and a half, then you're getting some added clear with Legacy of Fury. I've got Tabula. My other gear is absolute nothing special. An okay amulet to fix some attributes. Mana regen actually has proven to be pretty important. And then a helmet that I just had a good life roll on. I'm only sitting at 3.6k life, which you might think is pretty squishy, which I did die in that video, I know, but that was to freeze. But our resist here, 79, 78, 79. I do need some chaos res. That's just a problem with gearing. And then fizz reduction, 69%. Hey. We are running pretty much all defensive auras, even despite the damage that was shown there. So Defiance Banner, I've got Clarity, Herald of Thunder, which is not necessary at all. I actually wasn't running this until very recently when my mana was fixed a little bit better to put it back. Just adds a little bit of, catches those guys that are kind of running away in the maps with some quick ignites thanks to our Ascendancy, Vitality, and Determination. So let's look at the tree here. I'll show you some changes that we made from my previous video. I went immediately into Shaper of Flames first off so that I could get all my damage to convert to Ignite, because I did run Herald of Thunder early. It did help in the early levels with damage quite a bit. And then again was falling off later. So will probably be replaced here soon. Mastermind of Discord for exposure, obviously Wave of Conviction helps with that. And Heart of Destruction Convergence ended up being really, really good when it comes to your explosions that you're getting off your boots. If I might be mistaken, but I believe do scale with that area of effect. We're also getting obviously area of effect on our Wave of Conviction and Flameblast, so no points wasted there. I am still keeping my spell damage here. I picked up some extra life and mana. I actually ended up grabbing Deep Thoughts here as well as Mana Mastery for Clarity Reservation, because we are running, I believe, it's somewhere in here, high level Clarity, level 18. And so that there is worth maybe 80 to 90 mana total back for that 1 point. Really, really good early. And probably will be kept for a long time until I can fix my mana with some better gear. I have taken some agility for dexterity fixing. EO is only really being procced with Wave of Conviction thanks to the changes to EO in previous leagues. As some might know, very, very difficult to proc with a long channel Flameblast now. So really only seeing this effectively in wave clear, which is unfortunate, but hey, that's what it is. I have not picked up Explosive Impact yet because it just has not felt necessary. And eventually the cast speed might be worth it. Area of effect, really, our area is fine. And so I'm just not missing it too much. So I haven't gotten that yet. Again, only 70s. Coming down here, I can kind of show you an outline. I picked up my res. I did actually switch to Unwavering Stance because I found that I was getting micro-stunned to hell and back with what was happening in Arch Nemesis, heavy mods, and just small hits, and they'll throw you out of your Flameblast when you're trying to rev up for single target. So Unwavering Stance, as long as you're going armor and determination, I don't see this as a huge downside. Eventually going stun immune in some way, whether with boot and chant plus, you can take practical application here. That is an option, but I think stun immunity is just about required if you're playing a channeling skill where your damage is reliant on your ability to not get stunned. Super important. Did end up going Divine Shield. I only have a energy shield of 62 right now. This could go up and make us effectively a lot tankier to small physical hits. If I were to switch out a glove and have more energy shield, or energy shield on helmet or chest piece, obviously would be a really good option. So working with what we have here, I might clearly get some good upgrades with this Exalt that we just dropped, because that is more money than I have seen all league so far. So let me make sure I didn't miss anything else for you guys here. Oh, mistakes in the original tree. So I wanted to address, I had some comments that I immediately realized that I made a mistake in my previous POB. I had listed a 20-stage Flameblast and didn't really explain or talk about it at all. Oversight on my part, apologies there. As we know, looking at Flameblast, we go up to 10 stages before we have a full damage stack. So POB, I was being a little bit of a POB warrior there, stacking my damage. It does end up having, in our POB here, right now I'm looking with full 10 stages, a damage of about 500,000 and 4-second duration, so about 2 million total. And really, as far as the changes there go, the damage is about the same as what I was expecting. The high end, because I had fibbed that stages on accident, apologies again, that ended up being about the same damage that we got after the gem changes in POB. Lost about, I think there's probably going to be about like 250,000 off of the top end for Ignite DPS, but I think it's going to still be more than enough to clear. I'm hoping that I can have this Ignite DPS reach about 1.5 million before all my gear is said and done. That's my hope, at least. Cross my fingers. But overall, build is going really great. In summary, TLDR, don't level Flameblast unless you really want to. It's doable, but a little slow. Took me about 8 hours to get through the campaign, and that was with playing in a duo, so we were slowed down a little bit, just having some fun. Really casual, but still was slower than I wanted. Definitely invest in stun duration, or stun mitigation, early, because you will be sad when you're trying to get those big ignites and miss from just getting hit by one little auto attack from a minion. And other than that, being really happy so far with the build. Let me know if there are any questions from you out there, and hope to hear from y'all soon, and hopefully have another build progress video in the upcoming days. Thanks, y'all.